Today I have a Husqvarna Rancher 55. The newer model, which is pretty much identical, is the 455. My brother has that one. It's got a little bit more torque, I think, and maybe different, a little bit more gas or something. It's very similar. I picked this one up pretty cheap. If you look and wait, you can find them on a good deal. Some of the main components are, so here you have your on-off switch. Here you have your choke. You pull it out, push it back in. You have your throttle. You have to push this piece down and then pull it. You have your pull start. You have your chain brake. So if you push it forward, the chain can't spin. Pull it backwards, and the chain can spin. Mine has a bar guard. Mine came with an 18-inch bar is what mine runs. They will run a 20-inch bar, just kind of cuts down on your torque. I've seen them run 22s. I wouldn't recommend it, but that's what mine's got an 18. You go down 16, get a little bit more torque out of it. On this side, this is how you take this whole plate off right here. You can undo these two screws, then this just pulls right off. Your chain tensioner, mine's kind of dirty, is right in here. There's a screw in here that you can see. It's right there. And you twist that, that's how you tighten your chain. When you're running a chainsaw, you don't want it to be too loose. It's fine if it's a little bit loose. That's about how I like mine. It'll get a little bit looser when I see it happening, when I stop and it's sagging a little bit. I'll take and tighten it up. I've seen chains fly off. So how I normally start mine, do your on switch, and I pull the choke all the way out. What I do, I give it a couple pulls, and when I hear it try to turn over, then I turn the choke off, and it usually starts up after that. So we'll give it a little test shot right here. Okay, so it's about 5 degrees outside, so it took a little bit longer than normal. It's usually about 4 or 5 pulls. My brother's, which is newer, is about 2 pulls. I'm sure if I went through the carb and cleaned this thing up, it'd be a little bit better. So now that it tried to start, you heard, I'm going to give it, I turned my choke off and I'm going to give it a pull. Alright, so there we go, that's how you start it. It does take mixed oil. I run mine 50-to-1. It's the same as my ice auger, which makes it pretty nice. I can just mix it, use it all year round. And that's your Husqvarna 55. It's a pretty good saw. It's one of the better ones out there, I think. A lot of people like Steels. I think it's just a personal preference of what you like. It's kind of like a Chevy, Ford, Dodge thing. A lot of people say buy whatever's closest to you, whatever dealer's closest to you. Mine's a Steel, but I grew up with Huskies, and all my friends have Huskies. My family all has Huskies. So if I have any questions, I can get a hold of them. Oh, and here, real fast, this is your gas tank where you mix it. This is your bar oil. Make sure to put that in. Every time you fill up here, make sure to fill it up there. And that's how you get to it. Oh, the carburetor is under here. So if you unscrew, there's a screw here, here, here. This piece just popped right off, and the carb's underneath there. And that's the Husqvarna Rancher 55.